Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
The Omicron new variant, the BA.2, which is more contagious and originated in South Africa and then spread to the US. That is the now dominant variant in South Africa. Experts are saying that new variant accounts for 100% of new virus cases in South Africa. So the Omicron original variant, which exploded here in the US and originally started in South Africa, is apparently no longer even in South Africa anymore. This new variant, BA.2, as you can see here in this headline, is now overtaken it completely and is now the new variant BA.2. It accounts for 100% of all new cases in South Africa. Yeah, I know. And as you can see here, the new BA.2 is more infectious and more contagious than the original variant. Some studies have said it's apparently up to 150% more contagious. Yeah. So the question is, are we through the worst here in the US? Or are we going to do this whole huge spike yet again, and have millions of people testing positive again, and millions of people suffering through this again here in the near future? Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Can we put this epidemic and the worst of it behind us, or at least for the time being, or is 2022 gonna throw this at us again? Let me know your thoughts. What do you think is coming here? I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. Meanwhile, on stimulus, we got several different things going on here. Check out this debate here in the Senate between Republican Senator Mike Crapo from Idaho and Independent/Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders here in the Senate. Check this out.
Is the kind of approach that we need to follow. Establishing a chief pharmaceutical negotiator to combat foreign freeloading, and ensuring the best trade deals that achieve American success in dealing with these price discrepancies that are driven by terrible behavior from our counterparts in other parts of the global economy. Strengthening our consumer-oriented oversight through our cost comparison tools and price transparency measures and robust reporting requirements in the drug supply chain. Facilitating value-based arrangements where private and public sector payers can pay based on patient outcomes, driving better results for patients. And restructuring payments for drugs administered in the doctor's office or hospital outpatient department to encourage physicians to deliver cost-effective treatment options where appropriate clinically. My point is, there are a lot of solutions that can work within the consistent free market and private sector solutions that we have solved here and are working on to make them better. We have an opportunity to lower prescription drug costs without threatening access to therapies or cures, or the future of handling of giving an advantage, frankly, to our global rivals like the Chinese. With a bipartisan and bicameral effort undertaken through regular order, we could make a major impact on these issues. This legislation, unfortunately, does no such thing. It is thoroughly unvetted, showing no signs of technical assistance or practical feasibility, has not, as I said, received a CBO score or even an informal analysis or a committee hearing. It did not advance through regular process in the Senate. Mr. Chairman, or Madam, or Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, I see that our time is running out, and so I will end my comments at this point, but just ask my colleagues to let us engage in regular order in the Finance Committee in the Senate and work these issues through. There are a lot of ideas on the table. Let's work them through rather than try to cram through one side's idea on the very day the bill was introduced in the Senate. I object.
I ask unanimous consent.
The objection is heard. The senator from Vermont.
For 2 minutes. I say to my friend from Idaho, we've been going through regular order dealing with prescription drugs for 40 years. Hasn't quite worked. Your bill has gone nowhere. My bill has gone nowhere. If you got objections to what Senator Klobuchar and I are doing, let's debate them on the floor of the Senate. We've heard all the talking points from you that the pharmaceutical industry wrote. I got that. They spend a lot of money writing these talking points. Let's have that debate right here. The bill that Senator Klobuchar and I are proposing is supported by over 80% of the American people, and I dare say a vast majority of the people of Idaho. If you want to oppose it, go for it. Let's have the damn debate right here on the floor. And if it takes 1 week, great. Takes 2 weeks, great. You will agree with me that this is an issue that the American people care about. So I would hope that you would reconsider. Let's bring the floor to the House, offer your amendments, let's have the debate.
Also, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi responded to Joe Manchin yesterday and said, quote, "It's not right for Joe Manchin to say what we're doing is contributing to inflation." Check this out. Here's what she had to say.
The fact is that clearly he has, look, Joe Manchin, as you said, is a senator who counts. Every senator counts. And we have legislation that is so transformative for our country. When you see what President Biden has done in this year, whether it's the rescue package that has put money in people's pockets, taken people off of poverty, vaccines in their arms and the rest, you know that.
Yes, but people aren't feeling it right now.
I understand that. No, I understand that. But there has to be a cumulative effect. And part of the consequences of all of that investment in the infrastructure bill and the rest is that more people have jobs and therefore inflation goes up. When I first went to Congress, you were there working for Dick Gephardt.
And Dick Gephardt.
Yeah, go way back. I went to my first meeting where the head of the Fed came in to talk about inflation and unemployment. That was a requirement that the chairman report to Congress on that. And the first thing Chairman Greenspan said was, unemployment is dangerously low. Well, if you're just measuring it by inflation. But the fact is that the rise in employment and President Biden now nearly 7 million jobs in his year in office. So yes, we have inflation. It's very important for us to address it. We must bring it down. But it's not right, with all the respect in the world for my friend Joe Manchin, it's not right to say that what we are doing is contributing to inflation, because it is exactly the opposite.
So let me know your thoughts here. Meanwhile, they are working on a new version of Build Back Better, which is going to be Build Back Better new name, a new name version of Build Back Better, and I'll keep you up to date here on that. Senator Joe Manchin says he's on board with this new version of Build Back Better, and what is going to be in it, well, I'll keep you up to date here on that as well. Also, as you can see here, new stimulus checks worth up to $600 are coming to 2 workforces in 2022. See if you'll receive the payment. That's right. Stimulus checks worth up to $600 will be issued to certain workers in certain U.S. industries in the coming months. The money comes from $700 million in federal relief funds. It's almost $1 billion that aim to pay back eligible workers for expenses tied to the pandemic. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA, set aside funds to compensate workers who took on unexpected costs, including purchasing their own protective gear and taking unpaid leave. A deadline for organizations to apply to distribute the funds is looming, which will bring workers one step closer to getting the cash. $600 checks. Workers who helped keep Americans fed during the pandemic may be eligible for money through the Farm and Food Workers Relief Grant. Around $665 million was set aside for farm and meat packers who paid out of pocket to prepare for and prevent exposures to and respond to the pandemic, according to the USDA. Expenses could include money paid for personal protective equipment, childcare, and virus testing. The grant money will be given to state agencies, tribal entities, and nonprofit organizations that offer services to these industries. The organizations originally had until February 8th to apply for this money, with stimulus checks worth up to $600 expected to be issued to workers later this year. But the USDA announced a deadline extension in January, which gives the entities now until March 10th to apply. The second $600 stimulus check goes out to grocery store workers. Americans who worked in grocery store workers as the pandemic raged on could also see the payments. The USDA set aside $20 million to support some grocery store workers' employees as part of the grant program, though the amount they could see still remains unclear. The agency said the funds for grocery store workers aim to recognize their essential roles as offset costs incurred.
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified that whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.